للذين أحسنوا الحسنى وزيادة ولا يرهق وجوههم قتر ولا ذلة
للذين أحسنوا الحسنى وزيادة ولا يرهق وجوههم قتر ولا ذلة.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Dear brothers and sisters, dear viewers, we welcome you in the series of Errors and Correction from Huda Tv. This program or show, the purpose of that, we trying to clear and warn some brothers, Muslim, male and female, about some errors that they may fall into. And one of the last episode, we were talking about the judge, the mayors or the judge, that they supposed to be honest and they supposed to be really be fair, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala warned them again. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala again, He said, وَمَنْ لَمْ يَحْكُمْ بِمَا أَنزَلَ اللَّهُ فَأُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْكَافِرُونَ. Those who does not really implement the rule of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they are disbeliever. Because how come you are a judge assigned and you are a Muslim judge and you don't really implement the rules of Allah? You are using other rules than Allah, or you deceive the people or you mislead the people. If this is done by a judge, then what about other people? So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said also in another ayah, أَفَحُكْمُ الْجَاهِلِيَّةِ يَبْغُونَ. They want during Jahiliyyah, during before Islam, before Islam, people, they are using their own rules. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, do they want to implement the rules of Jahiliyyah, implement the people before Islam? Is warning them also, another warning for them. Also Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, إن الذين يكتمون ما أنزلنا من البينات والهدى من بعد ما بيناه للناس في الكتاب أولئك يلعنهم الله ويلعنهم اللاعنون. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, those who covered what we have revealed, the signs and the verses, and the guidance that we revealed and we cleared it to the people in the book, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will curse them, and also the cursor, the people also will curse them. This is a very clear warning for the people who are trying to hide or cover or not actually to implement or to use the ayat Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have revealed in the Quran, and they bring their own rule. It's absolutely one of the major error some judge fall into, unfortunately. Now also, brother, one of the actually errors that people actually fall into for their own benefit, that some people, they if he have something, let's say he bought a land and then he could not get the land, he did not finish the procedure, he could not get it unless he pay some prime, or he give prime so he get a position or he get a job. And also prime is one of the worst errors, or actually major sin. Then the Muslim have to really avoid and stay away from priming others, because you may prime other people and then you get something you don't deserve. Maybe other people deserve it. In other words, somebody, he doesn't have, maybe he's holding just high school certificate, and that position, it should be for the person who have bachelor degree or master degree. And this man, even he's holding only high school, he will go and prime the authority so he get this job. And this is also one of the major error or sin. And Allah subhanahu wa Rasul has warned us from this. Rasulullah says, لَعَنَ اللَّهُ الرَّاشِي وَالْمُرْتَشِي. Rasulullah said, لَعَنَةَ اللَّهُ عَلَى الرَّاشِي وَالْمُرْتَشِي, which means Allah is cursing. Ar-Rashi is the one giving, Al-Murtashi is the one who takes. The one who give prime, call in Arabic Ar-Rashi. Al-Murtashi is the one who received the money. And also there's another one, they call him Al-Ra'ish. Al-Ra'ish is the one in the middle, the one, the mediator, the one in the middle, the one who he said, okay, I know you want this job, now I will talk to the brother, and whatever money, somebody trying to be in the middle, and he also will take. This is both those three, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also is really cursing them. Also one of the major error also some Muslim may fall into, when they give a false testification. False testification. He said, I was a witness, and he wasn't. He said, I witnessed this myself. And then he gave false testification. We call it in Arabic shahadatul zur. And this is one of the worst thing a person could do. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also warned us, said, وَالَّذِينَ لَا يَشْهَدُونَ الزُّورِ وَالَّذِينَ لَا يَشْهَدُونَ الزُّورِ. Those who does not really give false testification. And of course, the one who really give this false testification, no doubt about it, that he's committing a major sin. And also subhanahu wa ta'ala said, إِنَّ اللَّهَ لَا يَهْدِي مَنْ هُوَ مُسْرِفٌ كَذَّابٌ. Allah will not guide the one who really does such thing like this, and he's a liar. Allah will not guide him. So it's very important, brothers and sisters, that we should really stay away and avoid such testification, because you are hurting, you are burdening your own brothers and Muslims. And you may give this testification, and he could be killed, or he could be put in jail. He may stay 5, 6, 7 years because of your false testification. Or because of your false testification, they may take things from him and give it to you or give it to other. And you the one who caused this. I don't know those such people who who do like this. I don't know, are they forgetting that one day they're going to die? Are they forgetting that they're going to be in the grave? Are they forgetting that they're going to stand up at the front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the day? What is their answer? What are they going to say to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala by putting an innocent person in jail or taking his rights, just through this false testification? Also one of the errors that people sometimes fall into is actually, I would call highway hijacker. People stand in the middle of the road, or especially in resort or area are completely isolated from people, no cars, and then they just wait in the road, and they just, whenever anybody pass by, whether walking or riding, they will stop him by force, and they will steal his car or steal his bike or steal his money, or sometimes they kill him. And this is, that's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has warned us also. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم إنما جزاء الذين يحاربون الله ورسوله ويسعون في الأرض فسادا أن يقتلوا أو يصلبوا أو تقطع أيديهم وأرجلهم من خلاف أو ينفوا من الأرض ذلك لهم خزي في الدنيا ولهم في الآخرة عذاب عظيم. Those who are fighting Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and his messenger, and they're doing very bad things on earth, they're doing corruption, they are committing corruption, they are killing people, they are stealing people, they must be killed, or they should be crucified. They should be killed or crucified, or they cut their hands and their legs. This is actually the rule of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah is saying, because this is one of the major error, that's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, those who are fighting Allah, because when you're doing this, when you are stepping in the middle of the road and forcing the people to stop and taking their money, taking their car, taking their belongings, for all their belongings by force, this is absolutely, you are actually fighting Allah, which means that you are not implementing what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told you, to be honest, to be good Muslim. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he said, they will have a very bad punishment in the day of judgment. Also, which is similar to the bribe, when you give really misleading oath, or misleading swearing. Some people, we call it al-yamin al-ghamus. And unfortunately, some Muslim, unfortunately, they fall into this major error. And actually, the correct thing that a Muslim should not give misleading oath or misleading swear. You should not swear, about something and you are lying. Again, it is similar to the bribe, because you may, by this misleading oath or misleading swearing, you may actually take something doesn't belong to you, or causing somebody to be jailed, or somebody to be killed, or somebody to be, his hand is chopped, and just because you gave a misleading and wrong oath, or not, false swearing. This is very, very major error. So Rasulullah ﷺ said, "Al-kabair al-ishraku billah wa uquq al-walidain wa qatl al-nafs wal yamin al-ghamus." See, the major sin is to have partner with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, disobeying and mistreating the parents, and killing other people, killing another person, and al-yamin al-ghamus, which is misleading oath. So we Muslim have really to stay away from this completely. Now also, one of the actually major error taking place, this is actually very common. Unfortunately, my brother and sister, this error I'm going to cover now is very common, and nobody, actually people don't really know it. This is absolutely one of the major error, which is lying on the people. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, "Inna Allah la yahdi man huwa musrifun kadhab." وقال الله تعالى ثم نبتهل فنجعل لعنة الله على الكاذبين. وقال الله سبحانه وتعالى قتل الخراصون. I repeat, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, إن الله لا يهدي من هو مسرف. Allah will not guide who went too extreme. He went too exaggerated, went too extreme in lying. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, let's ثم نبتهل فنجعل لعنة الله على الكاذبين. Let's really make dua, make supplication to Allah, and we ask Allah to curse the liars. This is very important. Rasulullah ﷺ also said, إن الكذب يهدي إلى الفجور وإن الفجور يهدي إلى النار ولا يزال الرجل يكذب حتى يكتب عند الله كذابا. Allah, Rasulullah ﷺ said, lying will lead you to commit, major sin, and of course, major sin will lead you to hellfire, and the man who is always lying will be written, by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as a liar, until he will continue lying, and then until he will be written, in his registration that he's a liar. Also, one of the worst things that when you lie on Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when you lie on the Messenger of sallallahu alaihi wasallam, some people, this to prove what he said is true, then he will bring a hadith from his own mind, and he will say, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that, and he is lying. So this is one of the worst also errors people could commit. So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said, إن كذبا علي ليس ككذب على غيري من كذب علي متعمدا فليتبوأ مقعده من النار. So Rasulullah, he says, a lie on me is not like a lie on somebody else. Any lie on me is not like any lie on other people. And he said, whoever lied on me, he should really prepare himself, to have a place in hellfire. Anyone who lied with me, he should prepare himself that he will have a place or, in the hellfire. So this is very important, my brother and sister. We should not really, lie on Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Also, one of the worst also errors that the woman, when she actually completely run away, or that she doesn't really listen to her husband, we call it nushuz. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala warned them about this. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَاللَّاتِي تَخَافُونَ نُشُوزَهُنَّ فَعَضُوهُنَّ وَهَجُرُهُنَّ فِي الْمَضَاجِعِ وَاضْرِبُوهُنَّ فَإِنْ أَطَعْنَكُمْ فَلَا تَبْغُوا عَلَيْهِنَّ سَبِيلًا. So you have 3 steps. First of all, you have to advise her, then you stay away from her, and then you can beat her. Brothers and sisters, we come to conclude this episode. Looking forward to see you, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
للذين أحسنوا الحسنى وزيادة ولا يرهق وجوههم قتر ولا ذلة أولئك